What's up, y'all? Welcome to today's video. We are back on the river, and we're in a spot where we're exploring a new stretch. And from all accounts of our scouting, it looks like we're gonna have some hungry smallmouth ready to smash a topwater. So the goal of today is to catch a 20+ inch smallmouth on topwater, and then after that, catch 5. Here we go. Fish on. That's a toad, brother. Golly. All right, guys, so before we get started in today's video, I gotta thank the sponsors that help make these videos possible. And this video is brought to you by Sawyer Products. Now look, it's starting to cool off, and because it's starting to cool off, a lot of people think you don't need sunscreen. If you've got exposed skin and you're in the sun, you need sunscreen even when it starts to cool off. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes I see folks making. So be sure to put that sunscreen on, especially when it starts to cool down. Now, the 1-2 punch that I've developed for insect repellent is I love this lotion, but I don't like putting the lotion on once I'm in the kayak because I don't want to get it all over my hands, and I want to be able to cover that exposed skin. So what I have found is I really dig this aerosol spray. So I keep this in the kayak, I lotion up before I go out, then I hand sanitize to get that scent or potential scent off my hands that may interact with lures, or it may repel fish. But I want to be able to hit that exposed skin while I'm out there without getting my hands covered in lotion. So this aerosol 12-hour spray is phenomenal. Now, you don't necessarily need to apply it or reapply it because it does last a long time, but if you're sweating or if you missed a spot, there's nothing wrong with touching up. The back of my hands seem to be that spot that I always get eat up, and the sides of my neck. So having that aerosol and the ability to just do a little quick touch up while you're out on the water is gonna make you more comfortable. If you're more comfortable, you're gonna stay longer. If you stay longer, you're probably gonna catch more fish. So let's get out on the water and see if we can't do that right now. So guys, for today's trip, for a big portion of the trip, I'm just gonna go with this old chest view because it's easier than having stuff sticking out behind me. In a lot of cases, we don't really know what we're gonna run into. You know the old saying, well, maybe you don't know the old saying, but the old saying is you never fish the same river twice. Well, we haven't been on this stretch in a good minute, and you never know what you're gonna run into. So rather than have a bunch of crap sticking off in every direction, I decided to keep it pretty straightforward and pretty simple today, but bring you my perspective of one of my favorite, well, no, not one of my favorite ways, absolutely my favorite way to fish, which is river fishing, chasing some smallies. Here we go. So I cut that inside corner to avoid those trees because I still have my rod sticking up, and I hit the shallows. Okay guys, so I started a new clip. This is going to be the big fish clip. Here we go. Started off with a really great cast. You know, there's one thinking about it. Thinking about it. Thinking about it. Thinking about it. God, I just kept on thinking about it. Dun dun dun. Boom 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 boom. Guess we didn't mail the script ahead to these bass to let them know what they were supposed to be doing today. Nice. Any size to it?
No, it's tiny.
Tiny bass. Tiny bass. Well guys, I'm a little technologically disadvantaged right now learning this new camera, and I hit the time-lapse button, but I still think you can see how big Nick's fish is.
I'm just trying to put them in the boat for you.
Literally, Nick just punked me. He just cast and caught that fish right there off the bow of my boat, out from underneath that shade tree. Oh, Dude, that was an absolute monster. Well, it ain't a 20, but it definitely was a violent blow up. And that joker murdered that bait. So looks like they're starting to chew, and we're gonna get a few. Look at that, pretty thing, pretty thing. Oh!
That was right in the big spot.
Oh, bro!
No, it's not the big one.
Oh.
Mean. God, it's mean. All I could do to keep that thing out of the weeds.
Nice. Oh! Oh!
Look.
Double, son. Nice. There's the fish, guys. He got the front hook, too. You know they want it when they get the front hook on the whopper plopper.
Great crushing. Isn't it? Hello?
Oh, bro. Bro.
It was all over that rock.
Yep. Dude, this fish freaking demolished that whopper plopper. He got all of it, son. He said, I got all of it, son. He got bit of it, son. Bit of it. So guys, I just want to tell you,
Yeah, there's a couple deep holes.
I want to take you a second and tell you what we got going on right now. My GoPro overheated. It was the only other camera that I brought, so I stuck it in the back to cool off, and the fish have literally lost their mind. So I'm filming as much as I can on my phone, but I imagine between the two of us so far, we probably have 75 fish. We probably got 15 fish in the last 100 yards. Oh, sorry. Great minds. Nick's toad just jumped in my lane. He said, oh, that looks like a good spot where that one spinny thing is going. There you go. But man, right now, it seems like anywhere there is a pocket, there is a fish laying in that pocket that is willing to eat a top. There's two just came out of that hole. There's a fish willing to eat a lure. So yeah, I'm gonna start spending a heck of a lot more time on the river, and a lot more time on the river with a camera. River fishing is really kind of my getaway from all this. So I try not to film every time I go on the river, but for easy stuff like this, I'm gonna start doing that and start bringing you guys some river tips. Thanks to everybody that responded to that river tip video. I'm going to get to that in the next video when we've got a little bit more time. What we were doing today is exploring a stretch of river that we haven't been to in a while, or like a super long while. Oh, there's one blowing up right now. But it's a beautiful Middle Tennessee river. Gorgeous. Scenery's as good as the fishing. It's one of those places you could come and just paddle. And we're going to be setting up the guide page relatively soon for Tea and Moving Water's own Fishing Chaos. And if you want my ugly mug to tag along, we're going to have an Add Chad tab on there. So that way I can come along and fish or film or just heckle you the whole time that you are fishing. And we'll have a good time. So be sure to check out that link in the description to the Tea and Moving Water's guide page on Fishing Chaos. People are always asking me, hey, what do I got to do to come fishing with you? Well, I fish with people all over the country all the time, but if you want to lock it in, just book a trip with Tea and Moving Waters, and we'll catch them. I don't know what you're talking about. So she sent a screenshot. I was like, oh, you mean his lawn? Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a decent fish. Whoa. Yeah, buddy. I know, Sean. Slow down, bud. You're pulling me into the hole. Oh, bro. Bro. That's a good one, son. That's a good one. That's a largemouth.
Dang. Crazy.
That's a largemouth. There he is.
Nice.
Got another fat smallmouth today. All right, so we got us another fat smallmouth. Look at that thing right there, son. Look at that thing right there. Let me spin it around. We got some sun on this dude. Spin it around. We got some sun on this dude. Look at that pretty thing right there, boy. Look at that pretty thing. I wish it was smallmouth camo. Hey, Real Tree, let's do smallmouth camo. Look at that, man. It's just freaking gorgeous. You know what? There's some people out there that are gold diggers. I'm one of those guys that digs gold. All right, we're gonna get this thing released and we're gonna catch his big fat ant that never gets off the couch and eats little Debbie's all day. God, that's a pretty fish. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this Tea and Moving Waters episode. I hope you liked this topwater smallmouth bite. It's only going to get better over the course of the next month. And as always, do me a favor, leave a comment, smash that thumbs up button, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe.